What is going on, everybody? This is your boy, Soul Lover Man 504, aka Mr. Demond Alvarez, coming at you live with another video representing Soul Lover Man 504.com, where you can get all of your books and all of that good stuff. So, of course, as you know, I'm an author. I am a I'm a spiritual advisor, spiritual coach. Just somebody. I'm spiritual. I call myself a spiritual bartender. I'm a speaker, right, creative writer, traveler, photographer, and all of that good stuff. It's all around creative renaissance, man. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a comment down below. So let's get straight into it, man. So as of late, I've just been seeing people getting attacked, from the spiritual realm. And what I wanted to touch on today is spiritual warfare, and how people just aren't people just a lot of people are just how they say misery loves company. A lot of people, especially those who walk this side, and they may think they just may think you're too hot, or they may just think you're uh just better than them for whatever reason. So they want to try to throw a hex, or throw some bad juju, mojo your way, however it is you want to look at it. And I've seen this happen twice. I've heard this happen twice as of late. And it can be something simple. It could just be something as simple as somebody saying, like, oh, like using the power of the tongue, like, oh, I don't, whatever, they're not gonna, whatever, this and that. Or it can be something where people are using, you could say, dark malevolent forces. They're doing some kind of ritual, or they're doing some kind of spell work against you, or they're trying to throw something demonic at you, or whatever. But I look at it like this. Number one, you have to know your worth. There are some very powerful people walking this earth, and as far as their spirituality goes. And if you know your worth, and if you have the right protection around you, just certain things you just don't worry about. You're aware of it, of course. Of course, you always want to be aware of it, but it's just certain things you don't worry about. And I mean, there are things that you can do to protect yourself. You can take spiritual baths. You can use crystals. You can use holy water. Um, I heard somebody say, you can take, this. Like, you can take an egg and like rub it around yourself and throw it. I think they say you throw it behind you, and just to get rid of negativity. And sometimes it's all in like what you're speaking into your life. When I look at it, I'm like, I'm the spiritual warfare thing, has been going on for centuries, probably longer than what we've been down here for. So if you look at the battle that happened, in the heavens, and if you believe in that story with heaven and hell, and Lucifer and an angel rebelling against God, and and all of this good stuff. So but one thing is, it's always great to know who you are, because there's always going to be detractors and people who are going to hate for whatever reason. I don't know why people may be miserable. I'm not sure. I'm not aware. That's not my problem. I always say, go where the love is, go where the light is. Yes, there, darkness and light. As you can see, the two lions up there, one is dark, one is light. It's always a balance. There's always a balance. But you can walk, you can walk on that dark path and still not be like, like just totally evil. You know what I mean? But just to get back to what I was saying, just some powerful people walking around, and you just have to know who you're messing with. There are powers and forces out here beyond people's comprehension. Whether you want to, whether you want to believe it or not. You can also use old-fashioned prayer. To help yourself in your situation. So it's like your ancestors are going to look out for you. Angel guides are going to look out for you. You could say the universe. And when you look at people's faith in their destiny, I mean, that's in their hands. That's in their hands, and that's in the powers that be's hands. So there's just really no, um, there's no like that. Like it says in the Bible, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yes, the weapon can be formed, but and they can poke at you, stop you, or make you take another direction, but it can't necessarily just stop you in your tracks. And I always feel like whatever you put out there, you're gonna get it. So if it's not in this, if it's not in this life, it's gonna be the next life. And eternity lasts for a lifetime. It really does. And people just have to be cognizant of what they're doing and who they're playing with. um my thing is, hey, I stay in peace, I stay on my journey. I feel like, and they, not to speak for anybody, but they would probably say the same thing, like, look, I got enough to deal with. I got my life, I got, I have to work, I got the spiritual work, I got plans for this year and things going on in my life. And, I'm just trying to stay in alignment with what it is that I'm really trying to do, and it's like, I know my worth. I know this journey, and karma, karma will eventually, catch up with you. It will. And, so you will have to pay the piper, especially if you're dealing with, if you're making deals with, let's just say, like dark powers or whatever it is, eventually you're going to have to, there is no, like, well, I'll just say that, some people may say, like, you can control, and, you know, there is no controlling of gods. There is none, honestly. Now, demons and all of that other stuff are not, I'm not too well versed in that. But even if you're making deals with demons, demons are tricky. It's just like in that Aladdin movie where the genie says you have to watch the words that you say, when you're making a wish, or whatever like that. So, you have to really know what you're doing. And a lot of people don't know what they're doing. A lot of people don't know what they're messing with, or whatever, because in this whole spiritual world, that's a lot at stake. You're talking about the balance of reality itself. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I'm just not one to play with that. Yeah, I'm not. So I can only say heed the warning. Of course, there are going to be people that are going to want to, we as humans, we just want to go out and do whatever we want to do anyway. But yeah, the spiritual warfare is real. There's a lot that happens on the other side that affects this side. There's a lot that happens on this side that affects the other side. So it's a lot of balance. That's going to be going along the way. Balance, see, the karma card, balance. And there's also, and it's like when people throw stuff at you, eat whatever. It's like you can, I don't know, man. It's like if you're spiritually gifted, they're going to try to throw, like the tower card, things coming apart. But like they always say, what's meant for bad is always going to work out for your good, especially, if you believe, if you're on your journey, if you're doing your thing. um there's really nothing, that can stop your destiny besides you. And that's just it. And you can, I feel like the light is always going to balance out the darkness. And once you're walking on your true path, and you know who you are, you know who your ancestors are, you know where you come from, and um, the battle is always, the battle is not yours in a sense. It's not. So, but just stay prayed up, stay motivated, just stay on top of everything. Like I said, you can do a spiritual cleanse. That's something that'll help your spiritual aura. And also with that, that's something where you can call in different things into your life. A little faster, so to speak. But anyway, yeah. So that's just pretty much my take on the whole spiritual warfare thing, and but thank you guys for joining me again. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys would like me to talk about. I'll have my I'll have everything down below pinned, in the comments, where you can buy my books and make your tarot appointments, and and your spiritual appointments and all that good stuff. But once again, you guys have a great Friday, have a great weekend, just have a great year, man. Just have a great life. But as always, this is your boy Soul of a Man 504, aka Demond Alvarez, and as always, I'm out. Peace.